Hey everyone, it's been a while since I've done a video, and today I decided I kind of wanted to talk about a little project I've been working on, which is the Mandalorian costume. Um, and I'm hoping to have kind of a reveal, well, as we get closer to Halloween, of course. And so one of the things I want to talk about today has been the actual helmet itself. I'm going to move my little screen here so it puts me, so I quit glancing at it. Um, Yeah, there we go. That's a little bit better. So, anyways, I decided to put together a Mandalorian outfit. I'm actually gonna go out with my granddaughter. She's gonna be Baby Yoda, which I mean, I know it's that obviously it's not his name. But we're just with her. We're just gonna put some ears on her, and my daughter's actually gonna do some makeup on her to make her look Yoda-ish without like going full blown. Like she's gonna still look like a very pretty girl, but with ears and stuff. He'll be cute. So me though, of course, I don't know how to go half-ass on this stuff. So instead, what I did was I decided to put together a full-blown Mando costume. Now I went with the Xcoser. I think that's how you say it. I don't even know. But I went with the Xcoser suit, um, which I'm gonna I actually give good reviews on because I was super impressed when it showed up, at least armor wise. All the armor, which I have one of the thigh armor, or one of the thigh pieces right here. It's not 100% accurate, of course, but it's pretty cool. So I will tell you, they call it resin, but it actually looks like, I mean, maybe resin, but either way, they're doing it. They're definitely backing it with fiberglass. This stuff's, it's tough shit. Excuse my language, but I mean, it's pretty tough. And so obviously, this is the thigh piece right here. And so what I did on the back is I actually I watched Galactic Armory put together his video of him putting together his own Mandalorian suit that he did 3D printing on. And while I could have 3D printed my own armor and then made molds or however I wanted to do it, I decided to actually go this route, mainly because I hate my current 3D printer, which is going to be replaced in March. I actually went with Elegoo's. I don't know how you say their name. I went with their new resin printer they're coming out with, which is a much more larger format printer, so I'll be able to actually do some more of my own stuff. But anyways, I followed his kind of tutorial on how he made his, where I took there were these little rings all the way around. I took the rings and I ripped them off, as you can clearly see. I just ripped them off. The way that Xcoser had their armor set up is you would tie it in place. Sorry, the actual undersuit's a little too far away. You would actually tie it in place, and that just didn't work. So I took Velcro and I lined Velcro down the back of all the armor pieces, and then I put Velcro on the undersuit itself, or the flight suit itself, and so then these just stick on. It's all industrial strength Velcro, of course. I used E6000 to secure it in place, and that was that. Again, great quality overall. I mean, it may not, like I said, it may not be the most accurate on the planet. You could definitely do things to make it more accurate if you want to, but for now, that was good enough. And I did have some sizing issues with their flight suit. If you need a size medium flight suit, send me a message. I have one. I will sell it just dirt cheap, but it didn't work for me. I found a seller on eBay who actually was selling, who's selling just the flight suits. I went up in size and it was perfect. Like it fits so much better. The real issue I had with the Xcoser flight suit is the the cummerbund was tighter, which I'll blame myself for putting on weight. The cummerbund was tighter than I wanted it to be, and the legs were tight, but just like in the thigh region. I have pretty strong legs. I'm a pretty fast runner, and so I definitely have. And while I never competed or anything, I definitely have just really strong legs, and so I got more muscle in my legs than maybe maybe's normal. I don't know, because that's the only area it didn't fit. Like it fit fine in the waist, fit fine in the calf. It just didn't fit fine in the thigh area. So I was like, well, whatever. It is what it is. Anyway, so I got rid of that. I will apologize. I'm going to get up. I want to show you one other thing. Um, so this is the belt slash bandolier, I guess, or holster, or whatever the hell it is. Overall, pretty cool. Shit, sorry, trying to find the shoulder area. Okay, here we go. So the shoulder area comes like it comes with like this strap kind of thing, and then you obviously have to adjust it and then buckle it up in place. But it left the middle section just kind of flopping around and stuff. And I just bought some cap rivets that I ended up I needed to put back together an old Freddy glove that had fallen apart. And I realized, I was like, well, why don't I just rivet it in place, which is exactly what I did. So I riveted that strap so it just kind of holds it together. That's what I did. I was going to do Velcro, but I actually thought Velcro seemed a little bit more chintzy on this particular piece, and so I decided that this was probably the way to go, and I don't see that coming apart anytime soon. So, anyways, so there's that. Chest armor is pretty good overall. If you're like me, I'm about 5'7", 5'8" on a really good day. The chest armor is smaller than probably what it should be, but if you're not a huge guy, it's not going to be a big, huge, giant deal. So, the helmet, just, I will tell you almost right now, like, shoot me in the face on the helmet. But I bought I bought two Hasbro Black Series helmets. One I was just keeping in the box and it was just sitting in my closet, and the other one was going to be my helmet I used. It's been the one that's been on display in my office for a while, and I was like, okay, I'll just use that one. I saw Adam Savage's video where they talked about weathering it and making it look a lot better, etc. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to do that for sure. I did not love how the clear coat turned out, and I decided to try and, okay, well, then I'll just repaint it. I actually have Alumiluster, which is the paint that was used for the screen, or for the show's armor. So I actually have some of that paint. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'll just paint it with Alumiluster and I'll just be done with it. So I went to primer it, and here's the primered helmet, and then we get to this side. So here's what happened. In this area and in this area really bad, as I would spray the primer, it would start to bubble. And I don't know what was in those two particular areas. There was definitely a reaction, whether it was to the clear coat underneath it or whatever it was, there was a reaction to the primer. This is I use this primer all the time. I really have not ran into issues with this before. It's some of the best primer I've ever used, and that is the first time I've ever had an issue or reaction like that. I'm actually seeing if I can see any of the things anymore, but no, it's not here anymore. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna sand it off. So I sanded it to the silver, as you can see, but the paint job that they put on these Black Series helmets is extremely thin, to say the least. So I'm sanding away, and all of a sudden I realize I'm losing silver paint. So right here is where some of the paint was at. So at this point, this helmet, well, it's just garbage, for lack of a better way of saying it. I mean, I'm not going to throw it away. I've debated, to be frank with you, of just making a quick mold of it and then just pulling my own copy in resin instead. But with the new printer coming, I don't really see much of a reason to do this. So I don't know what the hell I'm going to do with this thing. It'll just be a project that'll bounce around until I eventually throw it away, I'm sure of it. Knowing how I do things. So, with that said, though, here is the helmet that I was able to get to look the way I wanted it to look. So, this isn't, quite screen accurate. I do have some images that were production images that not a lot of people have actually seen outside of working kind of in the industry or in the toy industry or the costume industry or whatever. But I use those images just kind of as my reference, just to kind of look at. I watched what Adam Savage did on Tested, and I thought what they did was really great, and so I ended up spraying down the entire helmet with clear coat. Did not love how it came out at stock. I did a little bit of sanding to smooth it back out again, but then what I actually did was I took some automotive polish and I started polishing up the helmet, which is how I ended up getting kind of the finish that I like. And then for the weathering on my particular helmet, I did end up going with acrylics. Ended up just using just Craft Smart Black in order to get into the line right here. One thing that Adam Savage did is that they actually painted up through here as well. The screen used helmet though actually wasn't black there. It's straight just a bare line for all intents and purposes. So there was no. That was just the only thing I didn't agree with what he happened to do. And no offense to him if he ever happens to see this, of course. I know they were using the Inovos helmet as kind of their reference, and I think the Inovos helmet they painted up the line, and like I said, from all the images I've seen, that line is not painted, so I just left that alone. But anyways, so I did the black right here, I did the black right here. I did touch up in these areas because these areas are actually solid on the Black Series helmet, and so I at least wanted to give some sort of depth. I did kind of screw it up a teeny tiny bit over here, which you can kind of see right there. I don't really care. It looks, I mean, it's a costume helmet. And then for the browns, I went through with this literally folk art real brown from Joann's to start to get some of it, and then I went back over it with the raw sienna as well. That's literally all I've done to this thing. I would brush the paint on, and then I would take a paper towel and wipe it off. And so I love how the weathering actually really turned out on this helmet. I love the reflectivity of it. And it just, I don't know, overall it looks good enough for a Halloween costume. I don't really, I mean, this isn't meant to be full-blown screen accurate, but I think overall it turned out real well. I mean, I love how the vents kind of turned out with their kind of rust look, and kind of just the weathering all the way around. And I personally really like it. I think it came out really well. I did I was trying to think if I watered this paint down at all, and I really don't know if I did or not, to be honest with you. But anyways, I mean, it's super cool. I mean, I really like this Black Series helmet. I think it's really cool. They did show videos directly side by side with the Inovos, and it's pretty impressive overall how close this helmet actually is. The one main difference, which I do know, is these ears are thicker, and the reasoning actually behind that is the ears itself, at least, I can't remember which side it is. I want to say it's got to be this side. There's electronics that are in there, or a battery compartment, I mean, because there's lights that light up on the inside of this thing. And so I'm not utilizing that feature because I could really care less. I don't really see much of a point for it, for what I'm doing with it. But it's there, and that's why these are obviously a little thicker than what you would find on the screen used one. And actually, oh no, I don't. I thought I had some 3D printed ears lying around, but I don't have them anymore. But anyway, so yeah, that's the overall gist of my Halloween costume. I mean, it's cool. I'm super hyped up. I really am. I mean, I haven't been this excited about a Halloween costume in a while, and for me, I think this is just, it's just cool. I think the Mandalorian's been cool ever since I first saw the actual show itself. I loved how the Mandalorian looked. I really dug the look of him. And so I'm really happy to be able to finally cosplay, or however you want to say it. We have a convention coming up in my area next month, and I may actually go out there and Mando it up there too. I'm currently working on the blaster, and I'll show that to you guys too. Give me 2 seconds. So I'm working on the blaster right here. Now this is a standard Ruby's blaster, right? Just a cheap $20, I think I want to say it is, toy. So I sanded this down. I primered it, and then I painted it with just a standard kind of matte black over the top of that. I'm in the process of doing the handles, and as of today, it's the 20th of October, so I probably need to get on it sooner rather than later. So I'm going to do the handles. I still have to do up here with some silver there, and I'm going to get some rub and buff as well when I run out for errands actually today. So I'm going to get some paint to do this. I'm going to get some paint to do this, and then be done with it. And that's just really just to sit in the holster and just so I have something, for lack of a better way of saying it. So super lightweight piece of it's plastic. I mean, super cheap, but cool, fun project. I've been really enjoying doing it. And so hopefully, if you have any questions about anything or anything about what I did or how I did it or whatever, I'm more than happy to share that stuff with you. Just send me a message or whatever. I'm more than happy. Like I said. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's ran a little bit long, and hopefully it wasn't too rambly, but I hope to be bringing you more of these here in the near future. I'm starting to get more creative again, and whether it's with the old Bat stuff or in this case some of the Star Wars stuff. I have a very big project in mind for next year, especially once the new printer shows up, that I am just something I've wanted to do for a while. I think it'd be really cool, and I can't wait to kind of show you guys what that is. So hope you all are doing well, and talk to you later.